Artwork error is one of the highest causes of recall within the pharmaceutical industry. And everybody agrees that getting artwork correct is absolutely critical to patient safety. But interestingly, there's little published information out there to help people make sure that they do get it right. We've gained significant knowledge working with multiple pharmaceutical companies to help re-engineer their packaging and labelling capabilities. And from that knowledge that we've gained, we've put together this series of information to help you improve your operation.
This 11-part series is based on our book and covers the following topics. Firstly, understanding what makes up a complete packaging, labelling and artwork capability, something that throughout the series we just call an artwork capability. Secondly, understanding how you can improve your existing capabilities. And then lastly, understanding where you can go for help to make any change journey successful, but also, perhaps more importantly, how you can make that change journey sustainable.
Packaging, labelling and artwork presents significant compliance risk to pharmaceutical companies and patients alike. Errors in artwork is still the highest cause of recall within the pharmaceutical industry. On one hand, it can be confusing as to why this is. I mean, this is just about putting text on cardboard. But when you look at this in more detail, you can see that that information that's being provided is coming from many different parties, both inside and outside of pharmaceutical companies. And a mistake in any one of the thousands of different pieces of information that are provided can have a significant impact on that final artwork. So it's important that pharmaceutical companies get this area correct. And because of the performance historically in this area, it's becoming an area of increasing focus for the external regulators. As well as the bottom-up issues around compliance performance, there are also top-down issues for the artwork capability around the evolving pharmaceutical business situation. Pharmaceutical companies are under ever more pressure around delivering stakeholder value. Now, traditionally how that was done was by new products. But recently we've seen that as major products are coming off patent, replenishing those pipelines with new product is becoming ever more difficult. This is driving two responses from companies. The first one is maximising the value of their current assets through continual line extensions and pushing those products out to as many markets around the world as practical. The other thing is it's driving an unprecedented level of merger and acquisition within the industry. Now, all of this is increasing the complexity of portfolios within pharmaceutical companies, and that increased number of products, an increased number of SKUs, drives an increased number of components and an increased number of artworks. And if you've got more artworks, you've just got more volume of change to do. So what we're seeing with many companies that we work with is the labelling and artwork capability is becoming ever more strained due to the sheer volume of work going through. Now, it's easy to work out that the more volume you're doing, the more chance there is through having error. That's just a straight ratio probability. So what we're seeing is companies having even more problems around making sure that they're delivering a full and accurate artwork as these challenges present themselves. So the key to having the right packaging, labelling and artwork capability is to make sure that you're continually driving your quality performance and your artwork right first time in the right direction. Now, whilst this may sound simple, the very broad stakeholder group that you're involved in dealing with makes that complex, both inside your organisation and through the many partner organisations that you work with. And the significant number of different capabilities that need to be put in place across that group to build a full and comprehensive service to allow you to deliver the accuracy of artwork that you aspire to do. And unfortunately, it's the smallest of mistakes that can have the most significant impacts, impacting the safety of the patients that use your product and also impacting your reputation through potential recall. In this series we're going to discuss a number of things required to put together your overall labelling and artwork capability. We're going to talk about the business processes that you need to put in place. Not just your core labelling and artwork process, but how those interface with the other business processes in your organisation that are required to build full and complete artworks, and also the support management processes that underpin your artwork capability. We're going to talk about organisation roles and responsibilities. So how do you need to organise yourself, and who is it that needs to do what? We'll talk about technology that you may wish to use to support your capability, and also how you work with the various service providers that are underpinning. We'll talk about what may happen in the future, and then we'll pull all that together around, so what do you need to do to make your change happen, and how could you go about doing that change? Now the good news is that great results can be achieved in this space. It's important to realise that it's not about one size fits all. It's about making sure that you've got fit for purpose solutions for your organisation that not just work with your needs now, but will grow with you as your company changes. And we've had the opportunity to work with many different pharmaceutical companies, from some of the smallest to some of the largest, who've put in fantastic changes in this space that have really revolutionised how they've done their labelling and artwork capabilities, delivering the sorts of performances that they need to meet their business goals. So if you're involved in artwork operations, either in leadership, in management, in execution, or in supporting technologies, or if you're involved in artwork quality management, either in quality assurance or auditing, or if you're involved in artwork improvement through defining and managing change programs, this series is going to help you do three things. One, understand what makes a complete and compelling artwork capability. Two, understand what to do to transform your capability to meet that. And then three, understand where to go for help in the change journeys that you move into.
So that's the end of this episode, and thanks for spending time with us discussing artwork. Hope you found it useful, and don't forget that there are other episodes in this series.
Please use the knowledge that you've gained to consider your situation and identify any improvements that you may need to make. Also remember, have courage. There is a better way of doing it, and lots of companies out there have already taken on and successfully delivered this challenge.
One last favour. If you found this at all useful or informative, please click on one of the like or share links so that others can find it, or alternatively, if you know somebody who might specifically benefit from this information, please email them a link. Thanks very much, and look forward to talking to you again.